This episode is brought to you by Harry's. New customers get $5 off a Harry's trial set when you go to harrys.com/CAG.
Player, give me some fruit and I might just chill. But I'm the type that like to light another joint like Cypress Hill. I still do these spit loogies when I puff on it. I got some bucks on it, but it ain't enough on it. Go get the S-T-I-D-E-S. Nevertheless, I'm hella fresh, rolling joints like a cigarette. Like a cigarette. Rolling joints like a cigarette. Like a cigarette. Rolling joints like a cigarette.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 618. I'm your host, GBD, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man who's live at CES from the Sony PlayStation 5 logo reveal, Wombat.
It was the most incredible thing I've ever seen. There was a P. Wait, you're not going to believe it.
Go on.
They showed a P.
No way.
And then they showed an S. And then, wait, no, here's
I can't imagine where it could go from there.
This is where I lost my shit. They showed the 5.
They did it, man.
Yeah, I was there. I was standing next to some of the most important people in the video game industry.
Hip-hop gamer?
And yeah, I was me and him, and I'm like, they're not going to show the 5. And he's like, I bet you they show the 5. And I go, you know what? I'll put 5 if they don't show the 5. And then they showed the 5, and I had to give them a 5.
And then I Got 5 on it, played by the Loonies.
Mm-hmm. It was amazing.
They should definitely use that song for some PlayStation 5 events.
I'm sure they will. What do you think, Mr. Shipwreck?
It was intoxicating.
Yeah. I have a cold, so if I sound like I have a cold, it's because I have a cold.
Your voice is intoxicating.
You have the CES flu?
I have the CES flu. The kind of flu you can only get by reading blips and blurps of it on Twitter from home.
Right. Yes, let's emphasize
That's
that.
all you need to do with
there.
CES, right? Is blips and blurps.
Bloops and blurps. Isn't that all? Yeah. Yep. I've been looking at the Arcade 1-Up news to come out of CES. That seems to be the only
we're
thing
gonna
that
talk
I
about
find
that later.
interesting. I was going to say, but it's a teaser, I guess, but it's the only thing I've found interesting.
I'm glad that you looked at the outline ahead of time.
I'll quickly delete the rest of these things from the outlines. I find them interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
Did everybody have a happy New Year?
Yeah, I had a nice break.
New Year's
because
Eve.
I had no work for about almost a little over a week.
Right.
It was just most of the time just me and the kids. We didn't really go anywhere, but we had a nice time. I think we had a lot of fun. Staycation. Some mini golf was involved. Indoor mini golf.
The kids watching you play Fortnite?
The kids watched it. We'll get to that later. Fortniting was had. Yeah, so we went to the movies, that kind of stuff.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Saw family members on Christmas.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I went to
Shipwreck, you?
You didn't see me on Christmas.
No, did you have a nice Christmas?
I did.
Did you have a Merry Christmas? People are saying Merry Christmas now. They weren't saying it before.
They were.
I know it was against the law.
I remember.
Like 2 years ago.
Okay. In that case, I had a Merry Christmas. Yes.
That's good.
Excellent.
Yes. Did you guys have a Merry Hanukkah?
I had a Merry Hanukkah.
Uh-huh.
I actually got a gift.
What'd you get?
Which I got the Keurig Duo coffee maker.
Ooh, did it make two cups at the same time?
It makes you can either make a cup, use the pod to make a single cup, and it also has like a regular coffee maker attached to it, so you can make a pot of coffee.
Oh.
So, and on weekends when we're, my wife and I are on the same morning schedule, it's nice to make a big pot of coffee for the two of us. So it kind of worked out. It was a very nice gift, and I never get anything, so I was very excited to open a box.
Sure.
Before people yell at you for using a Keurig, have you tried? We have the kind now that have like it's little like reusable Keurig cups.
I have one of those refillable Keurig cups.
Yeah, it's like silicone and mesh.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mine is plastic. It's not silicone, but yes, I have two of those actually. Two. One's red and one's black. Why they're two different colors, I do not know, but I've had them for a very long time.
Ours are purple.
Well, aren't you special?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Those work pretty well though.
Yeah.
I prefer to do that than throwing away.
A coffee pot every day?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on the mood you get, man. I also like the ones, I think the chock full of nuts coffee pods, which are like the environmentally friendly ones that are not in plastic cups. They're kind of like almost like a paper mesh underneath it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there are those.
Are you
too.
saying you have 2 Keurig machines?
No, now I only have one. I have one. The other one we just put in storage
In case the
I have
new one breaks?
two. I have 2
in case
Keurig
this new one breaks.
machines.
Yes. Yeah. Why am I not allowed? No, I had the single cup maker for a long time, but we got the other one because we wanted to be able to make a big pot of coffee on the weekends for us to share.
Delicious.
Yeah.
I've got an
Wow.
upstairs one and a downstairs one.
See?
You don't have it upstairs or downstairs.
No, I don't. Shipwreck.
Right,
does.
Shipwreck lives in a mansion.
Yeah, I know.
You could fit your entire house in Shipwreck's basement.
Probably. Well, now that I feel worse about myself, how was your week?
It was.
That's not the intent. What was that?
I got 3 Keurig machines for Hanukkah.
There you go. Now
Just to
you can
just to
feel
be
bad
king
about
of
yourself
Keurig.
on that.
Didn't you go away?
I recovered from my kidney stone just in time to go to Jamaica to our plan.
Can you go back?
I wish. It was pretty nice.
I bet.
How was the crushing poverty?
Not so much crushing poverty, because the key is you've got to stay sort of near the airport, because that limits your travel.
The key is you just have to not look at the people.
No. You limit your travel through the country, and then that way, just statistically speaking, you're going to see less poverty. If you're only traveling 25 minutes as opposed to an hour and a half, it's a numbers game. But the resort was very nice, and the people were very nice. They definitely want you to come back.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy that got us our taxi at the airport worked at a restaurant in the town next to mine. He asked me where I was from. It was pretty funny. But I got the RoboCop limited edition for Hanukkah. Blu-ray.
Nice.
Oh, the Blu-ray. Okay.
Yeah, it's got some postcards inside and a stick.
Is that a steelbook?
It's not a steelbook, but it's got a booklet inside. It's got like a book inside and 2 discs, like a lot of content. A lot of printed content and video content.
Gotcha. I got the complete series run of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe for Christmas.
Nice.
If you want to come over and watch 2 days worth of He-Man.
You can
I'm
make that happen.
good. I'm good.
Right.
I also picked up 5 seasons of Pee-wee's Playhouse for $4 today.
Where are you putting all this stuff?
What
do you
they're
mean?
just discs. It's not like
Where am I
it's not
putting
like they
it?
take up so much space.
No, but Shipwreck is posting, he's making these like last week you bought 20 Blu-rays.
33.
33. Okay. So that's not nothing. And that was just one day, right?
It's not. That is probably the first day in my life that I've bought 33 Blu-rays.
I understand that. But how many Blu-rays would you say you bought in the last...
And for those playing at home, the Blu-rays were $3 each.
Right. The point is, I'd say that you've bought a lot of Blu-rays. In the last year, you've bought over 100 Blu-rays easily.
Probably not. I've probably bought around, I don't know, maybe 60 or 70 Blu-rays, not 100.
Right.
You have to remember my taste in movies is Disney.
But so you don't even need to buy that stuff. You're going to subscribe to their thing anyway, and
He already does.
I know.
It's not a going to. It's a
Right.
I like having the physical copies of them as well.
I guess you do.
If I walk into a thrift store
Right.
and I see 4K and 3D versions of Disney movies for $3 a pop,
Right.
I'm picking them up.
We're just jealous that we live in New York, so we never see shit like that. Those deals just don't pop up.
I'll hook you up with my Plex server. You can.
No, I don't need
You
to
can
because I have
subscribe to my
Disney
Plex
Plus, so
server.
I can just watch them.
Disney Plus doesn't have Pee-wee's Playhouse or He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
That's fine. I lived through He-Man, Masters of the Universe. I don't need to revisit that.
I feel like that doesn't hold up very well.
It probably doesn't, but since my kids are so into Thundercats, which admittedly Thundercats holds up really well.
It had a much more interesting aesthetic. I remember it was like pretty much like anime.
It just the storylines in general too are a lot more evolved in Thundercats. But my kids both like the He-Man and She-Ra Christmas special. So I'm like, once we finish off this run of Thundercats, then maybe He-Man it is.
Sounds like a good plan.
Can't have too much He-Man.
No, never.
You can't. It's been a while since I've watched too many of them as well.
Right.
So
I would watch an episode of He-Man.
Yeah, but I think that would be your limit. Would be one episode
Right.
of
The
He-Man.
one with Ram Man for sure.
Yeah.
You'd have to be in it.
As little Orko as possible.
what?
Orko's the heart.
Yeah, as little
Ram
Orko
Man
as
and
possible.
You're not an Orko guy?
I'm not an Orko guy.
How can you be anti-Orko? Who grew up anti-Orko?
Me.
He was nice. And what about Snarf? You must like Snarf, surely.
Snarf.
Snarf was good.
Mm-hmm. Snarf was fine.
Don't tell me you're a
Orko?
Snarf hater.
No, I just don't trust anyone who doesn't show their face.
Right. That was the mystique to him. And his, you didn't know, like, he was like he had magic, but he was a goofball. So he had the
He
potential.
was bad at it.
Right, he was
Yeah.
bad.
He was bad at magic and didn't show his face. No,
But he
it's
had the
perfect.
potential to be powerful. Like but he was just a goofball.
Yep.
Like you.
Right.
Like me, I'm the Orko of this podcast.
You show your face proudly.
Sometimes.
That's
Do you remember what Snarf's real name was?
Snarfalopagus.
Osbert.
Really?
Yep.
And Snarf is short for Osbert or something?
No, Snarf is the name of that creature.
Oh, so they just called him Snarf?
They called him Snarf, and then like they meet up with Snarf's nephew at some point, and then his nephew,
Right. He calls him Uncle Osbert.
Uncle Osbert.
And then they find out it's his name. What was his reasoning for never correcting them? His friends.
He doesn't like being called Osbert.
He just liked being called his species name instead.
Snarf, yeah.
That makes
I guess.
that's weird.
I can relate. I prefer to be called human.
Right. Half-Life 3 vibes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. All right. Well, should we do some show feedback? Are we done talking about our breaks?
Sure. I think so.
Oh, I got a note from my doctor saying that they got the sonogram results back, and no more stone.
Excellent.
Good work.
Thank you. Pissed it right out. Oh.
Yeah. Got to get it out. I moved away from the mic, though.
It's good. It's good.
Gross. Yeah. Hassle Smack has to say, "Hey guys, the comment section is a damn wasteland. I've been listening to the CAGcast for over 10 years and thought I should thank you for the podcast. I have brought you guys with me all over the world, from my home in Albany to Japan and Taiwan for university and grad school. I've always been able to keep a pulse on the industry because of the CAGcast. I can rely on it for some weekly laughs, and when I felt like I needed a dose of some natural English conversation, I could turn you guys on and feel like I was back at home with some old friends."
Nice.
It's very
That
nice.
was lovely.
It's very nice. Yeah, and in a similar sentiment from E2 Jedi, been listening since the beginning, and this is one of the few podcasts that I still listen to. Checking in with you all once a week is a constant in my life, and I never tire of hearing of your lives.
We got to work on that.
Yep. I know.
We can wear them down.
We need to.
I think.
I mean, these people like our show so much, you think it'd be more popular.
No.
No.
I think it's just the right amount of popular.
Is it just the right amount? Yeah. You would say that.
I catch Ty listening to Adventure Zone now all the time.
Is that like a bad
no,
thing?
I mean, it's a bad thing if he's supposed to be doing his homework.
Okay, but there's nothing wrong with him listening to the show.
It's expanding his vocabulary in all different directions.
Nice. Well, that's bound to happen eventually.
He's smart, though, because he doesn't curse in front of me, and he will ask me, like, what's some of the bigger words that are not curses? What does that mean? And I'm like, oh, you learned that? Where'd you learn that? Adventure Zone.
All kids know curse words. Very few curse in front of their parents.
Right, well, that's fine. That's good.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying that's kind of, just normal.
Right. I curse in front of him all
It's
the
fair,
time.
fair.
I can't help it.
Yeah, you do what you got to
I
do.
can't. Yeah. I feel like it drives the point home if a
I understand.
well-placed curse.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure he knows I'm serious.
Yeah, make sure he knows that which you know.
How to curse in an effective way.
Exactly. Seen any good movies lately?
Yeah, we did go over the break. Mrs. Cheapy and I saw Uncut Gems, starring Adam Sandler.
How was
That's
it?
the first time I bought a ticket to see an Adam Sandler movie in, wow, I don't know, a long, long time, forever, maybe?
I once saw Billy Madison in the theater.
I probably didn't.
I saw Billy Madison in the theater and I was wasted and I didn't remember actually seeing the movie until someone said, "How funny was that movie last night?" That's a true story. I was a freshman in college.
No, I didn't do that. So Uncut Gems, neither Mrs. Cheapy or myself really love the movie, I gotta say. We seem to be in the minority because I haven't heard anybody.
I say it sounds like a big minority for you
What do you mean?
to not like this movie. It seemed right up your alley,
Right.
and also like everybody seems to love it.
Adam Sandler was great in it, and he played this character perfectly. The problem is and this is no spoilers. The problem is the character is so unlikable. And
That's the point.
And has no arc at all. Like there's no reason to have any sympathy for him whatsoever. So like I don't care. Like I don't want anything good to really happen to him. I'm not rooting for him. There's no protagonist in the movie.
Did you feel anxious during the movie? Because I heard the movies can give people anxiety. It's one of those kind of movies.
Not really, because I'm not. The movie's basically about a compulsive gambler, but he has no redeeming qualities, and I'm not a gambler, so I don't. His gambling scenes didn't really make me anxious. But I like the movie okay, but I need something more. Like you don't see too many movies where the main character either has no arc at all or has no redeeming qualities at all.
You should see. Have you watched My Name is Dolomite yet?
I have not.
You should watch that next.
Okay.
That's on Netflix. That's the Eddie Murphy biopic.
Yep.
You should watch that because I'm very curious to see how you feel because there's an interesting dichotomy between those two movies, and you should watch that.
Really?
Next. Yes. It's almost like it's basically like the mirror version.
Right. I feel like one last thing about Uncut Gems, and then we can talk about Star Wars. Or you can talk about Star Wars. I feel like they could have made the movie a lot better, and maybe the directors didn't want to do an experiment and see like what if we made a movie where the protagonist had no redeeming qualities whatsoever, and we make it really hard to root for him. But I think the movie would have been more. I would have had a more emotional link to the main character if you showed some backstory of him, like why is he so irredeemable? Was he beaten as a child? Was his dad just an asshole? Like something to make you feel for him in some way. But no, sorry, sorry. I was rooting for it though.
We saw the Star War.
I did.
I did.
I'm boycotting.
The last Skywalker?
Rose,
is that what it's called?
Rose Tico is only in it for 60 seconds, and I demand more. So I'm boycotting until they add.
I thought it was 90 seconds.
Whatever. It's just seconds. I want to use. She's a main. I'm just kidding. I'm not. That's not why. I'm not boycotting. I'll watch it when it comes out on Disney Plus or something. I just don't want to. I don't want to sit in the movie theater and watch it and spend money.
Cheapy's basically been complaining to us about this movie for about a month.
Day came, yeah.
Because I want to see a good Star Wars movie, and I know that this isn't it.
You could just need to watch The Mandalorian.
I watched it.
It was great.
It was pretty good.
I'm not all the way through The Mandalorian yet.
Okay,
but
but talk about Star Wars, the rise of Skywalker.
Yes.
It's a movie. It's not bad. The problem is that it's not great.
It's pretty good.
And it's long.
It's not long.
It's not that long. When you want Star Wars, you want Star Wars to be great. And I find that, I don't want to spoil anything because I'm sure there's still some people that haven't seen it yet. I don't know. But I find the places where it falls short are sometimes a little egregious. where it's like, really, that's where you're going? That's your big idea? That's how we're gonna end this?
Well,
You know.
felt like it was trying to do 2 movies in one.
And
Right?
and whilst erasing another movie.
Well, I don't know if it erased that movie. It just did not expand on the themes of that movie. Like it did nothing to.
Which were the things about that movie that I liked the most?
I didn't like Last Jedi much. But this did not like retcon anything there. It just.
It's not that it well, I mean, it kind of did.
No.
I have a question.
Yes,
Do they
it
explain
did.
how Princess Leia can fly through space?
Yeah, she's a Jedi, you dimball.
No.
Right. No, it completely ignores that. It has no bearing on this story that isn't.
You don't need to watch that movie to see this movie. You only needed to watch The Force Awakens.
Well,
to see
you'd
this
be
movie.
confused about one character,
Yeah, exactly.
right? Like that's the outcome of that last movie. Is
Snoke's twin? Sploke?
No.
Spoke.
He's round.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just.
It sucks.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't suck.
It doesn't suck.
It's mediocre.
I feel like it. You know, the movie feels like it's painting itself into a corner, and then they get to the end, and they just kind of had to end it somehow.
Yeah,
That's how it felt to me.
that's Star Wars.
Yeah.
Okay, I have another question.
Yes.
The ending of the movie, is it better than the Ewok celebration in Return of the Jedi?
That doesn't
No, 'cause
exist.
Nothing's better than.
What are you talking about?
Ewoks.
That doesn't exist.
I know they digitized that out of the movie. Anyway.
No, they just changed the song.
No, that
Yeah.
that entire scene's almost gone. They just like
Dun
There's
dun dun
hardly
dun
any-
dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
dun.
but they changed all that. Like in that movie, it shows
Nub.
it shows all the different planets from like episode 1
Not
celebrating.
in the version that I watch. It doesn't. I can tell you that.
You get
Yep,
you
nub.
get to be magically whisked away to Naboo.
I have that illegal version that you have to download off of BitTorrent where they splice together like they made a
Sure.
Frankenstein.
The non-specialized version.
Yeah,
Despecialized,
despecialized.
whatever
Yeah,
it is.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what I got, and I get that full on Ewok celebration. I mean, that's a great ending. So satisfying.
Sure.
Lovely Ewoks.
Yeah.
Come on. So it's not as good as that. We're saying.
This is not as good as the original trilogy. There's no doubt about that.
Nope, it is not.
And it's not. The arc is not as good as the prequels.
And there was no time travel.
There is no time
No.
travel.
Oh man,
They try to think you're going to have time travel.
right.
For a split second, there's like, are we doing this?
Right.
And then that just like kind of disappears.
Don't
completely.
worry. It does rip off Endgame in other ways, but there is no time travel.
Gotcha.
Mm.
All right. Well, I'm gonna wait till Disney Plus has it. Wonder how long that'll be.
By the end of the year.
Fine.
I watched episode 1 again with my kids. I still really enjoy episode 1.
I don't think I've seen it since I saw it in theaters.
Is it the child slavery that you enjoy?
That's kind of Shipwreck's bad.
When they leave,
yeah.
like they leave his mom behind.
He
Shmee?
Shmi. Call her by her name.
See you later.
Shmee.
He was sad about it. That's part of what.
He was sad.
Shma.
That's part of what turns him into Darth Vader. Like whatever you want to say about the prequel trilogy,
Right.
the overall like story points
Right.
are actually pretty good. It's just the execution of them
Sure.
is what falls short.
Sure.
Qui-Gon sucks.
Right. Don't. Yeah.
Qui-Gon sucks.
Right. Maybe.
Yeah, that's his story arc. Is the Qui-Gon
Yeah.
sucks. There's-
Qui-Gon sucks. It's all Liam Neeson's fault. I'm not, saying anything crazy.
Yeah.
Stupid
We
Qui-Gon.
tried to watch episode 3. I tried to sneak it in, Miss GB,
Uh-huh.
just to see how. Like, I'll just see for fun to see how far we can last. Not very far. It just starts off with too much action, and it's just like.
Things
my
no one
kids
has ever
wanted to
said about a
watch-
movie.
right.
It starts off
No,
with
but
too
it
much
never
action.
stops.
Oh, it's too
There's no
exciting at
ta-
the beginning.
No, it's just all dumb action and like.
well, they were
quips.
trying to recover from Attack of the Clones at that point,
Right.
which nothing happened in that movie. My kids were trying to get me to watch that after we finished episode 1. We watched The Secret Life of Pets 2 instead.
Right. Good idea.
Yep.
Oh, who saw Jumanji 2?
I saw Jumanji too. I took my kids to
Because
see it during the break.
we saw the first one and we really liked it.
First one's great.
Yeah.
Second one's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole gang back.
If you like the first one, you'll like the second one. But you do need to see the first one to see the second one.
Ooh. All right.
Otherwise, it won't make any sense.
Right.
Which I kind of appreciated that they didn't just try to do a movie where you have to see the first one. Otherwise, this movie makes zero sense. It would be very weird to watch.
What's Snoke doing here?
Yeah, exactly. No, they do a good job. Danny DeVito, Danny Glover. You got The Rock doing a Danny DeVito
Wait,
impersonation.
Danny
for about
DeVito
40
is in
minutes.
this?
Yeah.
Plus everybody from the first one?
The four kids
Right.
from the first
Oh,
movie, and they throw in an extra character in the video game, and
DLC?
yeah.
Nice.
No, it's cute. It's fun.
I'll probably watch that.
We all enjoyed it together as a family.
On New Year's Eve, we watched Once Upon a Deadpool.
The PG-13 version of Deadpool 2?
Yeah, so Ty could watch it. And he just watched...
What did he think?
He had just watched A Princess Bride with Grandma and Grandpa
Okay.
during a sleepover.
Okay.
And that's the appropriate follow-up.
Right.
Yes.
Because they have scenes with
I understand.
Fred Savage. Ty did not understand. He's like, who is that guy? And then I'm like, that's the guy from the movie. He's like, oh my God, he's so old. But he enjoyed it. It was pretty good. It was I think they added. I think there's a bunch of different scenes that aren't in the original one. Yeah, it was fun. We had a good time watching it.
You know what else I watched on Netflix that's not on the list?
No.
The Ryan Reynolds Michael Bay movie,
Underground-
6 Underground.
Yeah, Underground 6, isn't it? Or no.
6 Underground.
How was that?
Yes. It's, you know what, the opening car chase scene,
Yeah.
that first, I think it's like half hour, is really cool and totally worth watching. The rest of the movie is, forget it, it's stupid.
Right.
But that first opening action
Okay,
scene
cool.
is really cool. So if you're bored and you're like, oh, I want to watch something that's on Netflix, you could just watch that.
Right. So it's like Drive. You just need to watch the opening scene.
I guess so.
Have you ever seen the opening scene to Drive?
Nope.
Just like
I'll take your word
before the
for it.
credits roll on opening credits roll on Drive, it's like one of the best 10 minutes of any car chase.
Sounds good. Yeah. 6 Underground is mostly stupid and makes zero sense. But that opening scene is pretty cool. The final action scene is pretty good too, but not as good as the first one. And then there's a lot of middle. This is a 2.5 hour movie that should have been an hour 15.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of middle. People talking, there's flashbacks, there's people making out on beds, and you're
Okay.
I don't care who these people are. I don't care why they're there. I don't know why they need to wear wigs. Just get to more car chases and stuff blowing up,
Right.
and then you have to wait till the end for that.
I hear you.
So, mm-hmm.
Mrs. Cheapy and I just started watching a TV show. It's been around for a while called The Expanse on Amazon Prime.
Uh-huh.
It's basically Star Trek, but better, more serious. Really well done. We just watched the first season. There's 4 seasons. I highly recommend it. I can't believe no one's ever told us to watch it before.
I feel like people have many times, actually.
Oh, that would make more sense. Because
you don't listen.
that makes sense.
I think also
This all checks out, actually.
Mm.
It's really well done. It's fantastic. If you like Star Trek, this is your shit. It's just really well done. You got Thomas Jane in it, the Punisher, right? He was the Punisher. He's very thin now, very thin.
Okay.
It's got vibes of Total Recall because there's 3 factions. You have Earth, you have Mars, and then you have the Belt, which is, I think, the space between Earth and Mars, who have to provide a lot of the, the resources to both Earth and Mars, maybe. It's a little hard to follow that part. But it's really well done and exciting and seems to have a high production value. Looks really good. If you like spaceship battles, they got that kind of thing. It's all good. The Expanse. What else we got here in Watch This Bitches? At Shanafan, a couple of people wrote in, I think, about Mr. Robot, wanting to know if we were watching Mr. Robot.
I've never watched any Mr. Robot.
He says it's super good. No, we stopped watching it because I forgot why. A little too intense. It's pretty intense. But I believe you that it's good, Shanafan. And I believe that it is good. Maybe someday we'll get back to it. But I don't know. And at Nate Stoller asks if I'm still watching My Hero Academia with the family. We're slowly. Mrs. GB is bailed on it. That's where we're at. And so Ty and I have watched a few of the new episodes that have just come out on Hulu. It's the problem with My Hero Academia is it's a 22-minute show, and they spend about 9 of those minutes just talking about stuff that's already happened, or like the characters just talking to themselves, explaining what's happening now. It's not efficient. They're wasting our time. That's my complaint. All right, that's it. That's all. We've watched a lot of stuff. We were busy.
Yeah, we did. Well, we had time off. You know, we weren't here
been a
last
while.
week.
It's good.
Yeah.
Good job, everybody.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I thought about going to Star Wars, but I just couldn't.
I don't know. I still think you should have, just so you could say you saw it.
I just like that people don't like it. That's
not true though. Like every person that I've talked to, like
I know.
It's
real people,
It's polarizing.
They enjoyed it.
I like that it's polarizing.
I think it's enjoyable. I think it's enjoyable.
Right.
I don't know if I don't know how much I liked it. I like it separated from my viewing experience. I need to see it a second time. There are things about it that definitely bothered me, but whatever.
Robin Quivers on Howard Stern loved it. Thought it was like one of the best Star Wars movies. And Howard has no idea what's going on with Star Wars. It's like he thought Baby Yoda was in the new Star Wars movie. He just hasn't watched one.
My daughter did also. She goes, because I said, "Do you want to go see it with me?" She goes, "Is Baby Yoda in it?" I said, "No." She goes, "Then no."
Right, good call. Good call. Smart girl.
So
yeah, Baby
She
Yoda.
doesn't like to see anything with me, except when I said Jumanji. Do you want to go see Jumanji? Yes.
Yeah, well, that sounds good.
Yes, I want to go see Jumanji. What are you, stupid?
Right.
She said to me.
All right. Let's move on to something that's definitely not stupid. Harry's. Wow, we love Harry's. Welcome to 2020. How does Harry's tie into your New Year's resolution? Well, you can manage your personal finances because razors can be expensive. But at $2 per cartridge, Harry's saves you money all year long. Take better care of yourself. Harry's makes award-winning razors along with a whole range of grooming essentials to keep your 2020 routine in top shape. I've got all of them. In fact, I've got the face wash. I got one face wash in the shower so I can exfoliate my chest and face, and a face wash on my sink too. So when I'm washing my face there, I can, use the Harry's goodness. Wombat, what do you love most about shaving with Harry's?
I love how good the razor blades really are. Like, I really feel like, you can't hammer that home enough. Like, there are days when I get out of the shower and I'm running late and I need to, get that hair off. And I can just use a fresh blade just right on my face, no shaving cream, and there's no cuts.
I've done that as
and I've never been able to do that with any razor in over 40 years of living. So I give Harry's a ton of credit for just having those incredible blades.
That's awesome. Harry stands by the quality of their products. If you don't love your shave, let them know, and they'll give you a full refund. And Harry's has a special offer for listeners of our show. New customers get $5 off a trial set at harrys.com/CAG. You'll get a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, foaming shave gel with aloe, and a travel cover. Join the millions of guys who've already switched and go to harrys.com/CAG to claim your offer. Thank you, Harry's. Happy New Year. Yay. All right, let's move on to new releases.
All right, let's keep moving.
You can move right past. Wait, you don't want to talk about Nurse Love Addiction or Nurse Love Syndrome on the Switch?
Sorry?
No.
It's a sexy game.
What did you call me?
It's a sexy game, Wombat.
What is Dragon Stinker? Oh, Dragon Sinker.
Sinker.
Dragon Stinker sounds good.
Mhm.
I'm interested in that.
How's Animal Friends Adventure? Because this stars a super panda, which Emmeline would very much be interested in.
$16.
Is that good?
I don't know.
I don't know. You could roll the dice on it and let us know, because I wouldn't.
Right.
Let's see here.
Looks kind of terrible.
Whoa. This does not look good.
No, it does not.
Why is this panda hitting wolves with a shovel? What is going? This is terrible.
Well, what else do you hit a wolf with?
Why is this a thing that releases? This is so bad.
And this game also came out last year on PC. So
yeah, that's what I'm
really-
watching.
yeah.
I'm watching this panda. Oh boy, with really bad animation. Oh, it got some acorns, and it's beating up some mushrooms with a shovel now.
I don't know. This looks like that. It's almost. Yeah, what is it like? Not Kung Fu Panda. You know the movie I'm talking about, the ripoff one. It's like Chop Kick Panda or something like that.
Right.
That came out.
There's always a movie like that for every animated
Oh
movie.
That's what
man, this is woo.
Mhm. Looks rough. Let's move on. Let's move on. There's really no new releases. It's so weird.
I mean, I guess if you have to get something, this is a game that you could get for $16.
There aren't even any full price releases this week. Not a one. The most expensive game is Nurse Love Addiction and Nurse Love Syndrome for $40 each.
It's interesting that Nintendo is like all on board with all of this.
Right. They just said, fuck it.
Right?
That's like, right. They're right. They were super strict, and now, like, anything you want, you can just put out there, basically.
Yeah.
Except Netflix. Right? Do they have Netflix on there?
I don't know.
I don't even know. They might.
No idea. I got my. Did you get your 2019 report of what you played on the Switch?
Oh, I don't think. Maybe I could look right now.
There was an email that came out.
I can look.
I did not have a lot of hours put in on the Switch this year.
Nintendo Switch.
I'm sure I did not have very many at all. Actually, I did finish a game on the Switch this last year, so I don't know.
Oh, I don't see it.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. Does that mean you had 0 hours?
Right. I don't know. Maybe I used like a fake email address to sign up. I don't know. What would it be called? Like,
Your, I don't know, 2019 year Switch.
yeah. You know what? It's not going to be impressive. I can tell you that. I'm not going to win any awards. Yeah, I don't know. They didn't let me know. It was not enough. Not enough to generate an email.
It's your 2019 year in review.
Oh,
is the name of
2019
it.
year review. Nintendo Switch or Nintendo? I'll just say Nintendo.
It just says from.
I get so much email. I just.
I know.
I'm buried under it. No, I don't see anything. I don't see it. They're like, yeah, fuck it. This guy can't even be bothered to play the fucking thing. We're not going to send him an email. Try again next year. Sorry. I'm sure Wombat. What did Wombats look like? Did you even get one?
I didn't get one.
Right, same thing.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
fuck these guys. These guys showed us no love. We're not sending them an email.
Yep.
Yeah, fine. I'll remember
Sounds
that.
about right.
I'm a core gamer.
Yeah.
I'm a skilled, experienced gamer who is always up for a challenge.
Yeah, that does describe you. That's how I describe you.
It's pretty much spot on.
Where are we? News, multi-platforming, and Wombat's Rainbow Sexy Talk?
Yes, we
Is
are.
this where you have like your Fortnite Love Fest?
This is where I'm going to have my Fortnite Love Fest.
Are we changing the name of this section now to Fortnite?
I don't think we're that far
Fortnite
yet.
Fuck Fest?
Yeah.
Is that family friendly?
I don't think so. Fort play?
So why is Fortnite so great?
It's not even why Fortnite is so great.
Didn't-
Although I have been enjoying it. So during the break, as I mentioned, we were home and it was mostly me. A lot of the time it was mostly me and Elliot.
Right.
And Elliot comes to me and he goes, Dad, there's a holiday thing going on in Fortnite. It's free. Can we do it? And what am I gonna do? Say no?
Right.
We want. So I was like, sure.
Let's watch RoboCop
Well, why
instead.
not? Yeah, exactly. So I put it on and we start collecting the free holiday stuff. And then I'm like, well, should we play? I mean, you know, what am I going to do with these new outfits? Just turn the thing off. I'm like, well, let's play around. So I played the standard solo, battle royale. Came in third place and got to like level 4 really quickly. And I'm like, oh, this is fun. He's like, well, let's play some more. I'm like, sure. And he was my spotter, which anyone who watched, a lot of people apparently do this with their kids. I found out via Twitter when I started talking about it, where the adult will be the one who plays, and the child will who has better vision than me will be like, "There's someone over there. There's someone over there."
Cheating.
We by the end of the week, he was like, "At your 6, 9 o'clock.
Wow,
9 o'clock." So he was my.
At least
my
he's learning how
eyes.
to tell time from it.
Yeah, exactly. So he was that, and before we knew it, we had gotten up to level 20, and I hadn't spent any money yet. And that day, his sister was invited to like a play date at a place that he really wanted to go, and he was not invited.
Wah, wah. Was it the laser bounce?
It wasn't laser bounce, but it was one of those trampoline places.
Bounce?
Yeah.
Jump?
Bounce, whatever. They're all the same.
Concussion?
And he wanted to go, and he wasn't invited. And the moms, it was like a mom-daughter, and yeah, a whole thing. And he was upset. And I'm like, you know what, buddy? Well, let's get that season pass.
Wow.
So we got the season pass. I had some credit, so it only cost me $7 out of pocket.
Right, it sucks. The problem is you didn't listen to me when I talked about my favorite game.
Oh no,
of the year.
it's literally everything you said. I did everything wrong based on everything you said was right.
You got sucked
And
in.
I did everything
You got
wrong.
sucked
Yeah.
into the randomness. They got you.
It's not like it's random. I know what I'm getting.
No, not that. But when you play the game and you're opening up the things to get your weapons and your armor and stuff like that, it's all.
You know what? That doesn't do it for me either.
Well, what do you mean?
It's not the stuff in the game. I like hitting the different levels and completing the challenges. I enjoyed that. That's what I like doing in Fortnite.
Right.
I actually like that there was 100 individual challenges worth a ton of XP, and I did all 100 challenges and hit level 100 in about a week and a half.
I guess I'll allow it. If you promise that you're not sucked in by the randomness.
And you earn credit back in the season pass. So I have enough V-Bucks now.
You made
from
money
just
now?
Yeah, you get enough money
They
back
pay you.
from completing the season pass
What?
where I can get the next season pass for free.
That's pretty good. How come Call of Duty doesn't do that? Call of Duty
I don't know.
a season pass or whatever they call it, battle pass.
I actually have more than enough to get. Like, you can maximize, I think it's like 1,200
Damn.
V-Bucks, which is a little more. This is like $12, and the season pass is $9.50. So it's more than I need. So I could get the next season pass. I don't even have to pay for it again. I got like 10 different character skins, 5 backpacks. I have so much.
You should become a
junk
Fortnite
now.
streamer.
I streamed myself getting up to level 100 on Saturday.
But you need I don't know.
I know. I need like a whole audience. But it was I had fun playing the game. I got 2
All right.
I got 2 Royale solo. I got like 1 doing it duos and 2 or 3 doing it with the squads. It was
To be honest,
I felt-
you would be the only person that I would watch play Fortnite, I feel.
Well, maybe I'll play again sometime soon.
Can't see
I
myself
haven't
watching
played
anybody else.
I haven't played since Saturday morning, so it's been almost 4 or 5 days.
Don't let those skills get rusty.
Well, I have.
What are you doing?
This is how they get you. I got to level 100. I got that level 100 skin, and then it's like, all right, you got the level 100 skins. There's 2 alternate versions of the skin. Complete these 8 challenges to get the alternate versions of the skins. And I'm like, but I don't want to do any more challenges.
Yeah.
But now I feel like I have to.
Call of Duty doesn't give you enough stuff to do in that way. Like, it's just like...
That's that's how it gets you. They're constantly giving you stuff to do, but some things are a pain in the ass, and some things are kind of fun. You know, like land in Slurpy Swamp and open 10 chests. I'm like, okay, I can do that. That's fun. And then the other ones are like, revive 4 people. I'm like, I'm not reviving people, and I don't want to play squads unless I have to.
Right.
I don't want to play alone. So, whatever.
I need shit that I can get done in an hour of gameplay in a day.
Exactly. Some of the challenges, like, you could pop out like 3 or 4 in an hour.
Right.
And other ones, it's like, okay, well, I guess I'll just keep trying it once an hour for the next week, and maybe I'll get lucky.
All right. Well, congratulations on your new love.
Mhm.
You're a little late to the party, I gotta say.
I'm very late to the party, which is, I think, part of what makes it funny.
Not
Like,
if you're
really,
in the
Fortnite's-
market for the toys, though, at Target. You're right on time because
My son loves those toys.
holy
He
shit,
loves
it's
those
just
toys.
like the toy section is basically half Fortnite and Ninja stuff, and everything else. Then like you get and Lego. That's
Yeah.
most of the section. Like
and you know who plays with it? A lot of kids. When we went to my nephew's on Sunday,
Right.
guess what? He had all the Fortnite toys and Legos. You know what my son has? All the Fortnite toys and Legos.
Right.
So
Yeah, good.
it's not for you. You're
It's
a
fine.
50-year-old man.
I'm not. Excuse me. I'm not a 50-year-old man. In 4 years, I'll be a 50-year-old man.
Yep.
So let's stop the clock.
You're on the north side of 50-year-old man.
I lost to a third grader in a table tennis match on Thursday.
That's the best.
3 games to 0.
Wow.
It wasn't even close. He's ranked high, much higher than me, so should have won.
Good for him.
Yeah, those little fuckers can get around the table like no problem. Like, bam, bam.
Oh, is that what it is?
Well, they're low to the ground, and that's where the magic happens. You gotta be mean and give them all short balls to the net, like where they can't reach.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do because these guys they have no mercy for you.
Or jack the table up higher.
You can't do that. You can't. That's sacred. Don't even joke about that. Yeah, and it's good.
So Wombat, what else did you see at CES?
I saw all of the 1-Up cabinets. There's going to be Frogger. It's all Frogger. It's all Frogger.
It's
nothing else.
4 different types of Frogger.
4 different types of Frogger in 4 different colors.
Right. Do you know Frogger doesn't even have a Twitter account?
Like Frogger is in the Frog with a tie, or Frogger is in the Frogger game.
Nobody either. There's no
Really?
There's no Frog. I looked.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I looked Frogger Twitter. Let's see. All I got was memes, racist things.
I feel like
Pepe's.
Konami really has dropped the ball here.
Yeah. It's bad.
But maybe this will revive Frogger back up to where he should be.
Right.
Yes, yes, where he should be. The Sega one looks pretty cool. The one with the Golden Axe and the Altered Beast arcade. That one looks pretty sweet.
Uh-huh.
And there's going to be NBA Jam.
That's
With online play.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And there's going to be the pinball ones that are a partnership with our friends at Zen Pinball.
Right. Potentially Star Wars pinball.
Potentially Star Wars.
Potentially. There's pictures of it. Why is it
Right.
potentially?
It's not potentially. It's just a Star Wars. So that's
I don't know. I assumed Chibi knew something I didn't.
No,
so
I
they
don't
had
know.
one sitting there that said Star Wars on it.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
if you do that, you're pretty much making a Star Wars pinball table.
I was scrolling down as I was saying that and then saw the pictures. So they look those pinball machines are the right height, I guess, but the actual playing surface is smaller. Is that the way they're doing this?
I guess.
they're 3/4 size again, so I don't know if they'll be the right height or not. I think they might be shorter. I'm not sure.
Ooh, you know what time it is, guys.
No.
It's time for me to take my NyQuil.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
1, 2.
All right. We should be a sponsor.
Ah, delicious.
Is
So
it?
obviously it's really cool. Like the pinball ones are coming.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But people are gonna mod those like crazy, right?
And do what?
Sure. Yes.
play all the pinball, like, because these are going to come with
All
like
the video pinball, like all of the Zen pinball games they own already on other
because
consoles?
this is not going to be the dream setup here of yes, this is Pinball FX. Let me download all my tables and everything. I'm assuming this is going to be like a very arcade 1-up type of setup where this is like you get 4 titles.
I
Like
thought it
4
said it had 15 on the pinball. No, did I imagine?
Really?
Did I imagine that? It's possible.
I mean, I've heard crazier things, but
It does make sense that they would just have a platform and then just sell you the tables. That would be, I think people.
But that's not arcade 1-ups.
No, I know. But then again, they never did online multiplayer before, and I don't know. They could do something like that.
they could do lots of things.
In theory, communism works.
Mm-hmm.
All right, where are we here?
The other thing that was interesting out of CES, did you guys look at the Alienware concept UFO?
I'm clicking on it now and looking at it. It looks like a Switch.
It is for
Did it?
PC games.
Oh, but that controller looks like a nightmare.
So it's got the detachable controllers on the sides.
It looks like an individual sized pizza. Like a bar pizza. Like, what the fuck? Shouldn't be round.
So it's a PC Switch.
It's a PC Switch.
All right then.
So, yay, nay.
I need more information.
What am I going to do with this? It hooks up to the TV though, and then
Yeah, it can hook up to a TV or
And what kind of?
it
What
does
games
everything a
does it
Switch
play?
does.
Can,
but it
can
does
it
PC
play?
games.
Can it play everything that's what on what?
Mortal Kombat 11, Rocket League, F1 2019. It's
Is it like Steam?
No, it runs Steam. It runs regular Windows 10.
No, I feel like that. I think it's a fair question.
How much? No price, right?
No price. Well, there's right now they're saying there's no
$1,700.
plans to have this come to market.
Right. Look at the fan on that. It's
the price, the price and the battery are clearly the questions on this thing, right?
right.
It lasts for 25 minutes,
Right. It's got
and it costs $1,700.
Yeah.
yeah, forget this. This is like those games that don't exist.
You forget it.
This is definitely everyone's going to forget it because it's not even going to come out.
Forget about it.
I bet it's pretty cool.
I'm sure.
I'm sure it is cool.
I bet you it's literally hot though.
It being cool is it being cool is not what's in question here.
Right. It being realistic is a question
Exactly.
as a product.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nintendo seems to have that market down pretty good. I probably wouldn't try to.
Can I play Fortnite on it?
On the Switch, you can.
Yes, I know. It was a
This
joke.
too, you can.
I know you can play Fortnite on everything.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Yep.
That's what? Who's playing a train game and didn't tell me?
I am.
What?
It's on Game Pass.
What?
Are you playing that game? I tried it once and I did not like it.
I am playing it and I'm enjoying it pretty well because
Yeah.
it's like a Thomas wooden train set type of
Yep.
game.
Oh, look at that. I'm looking on the Steam version right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it doesn't like set the world on fire or anything, but it has objectives and you're setting up a wooden train set like in living room type environments, and you've got to get the train to go pick up the business people and drop them off in the business district. And
Choo-choo.
yeah, it does that. You can press a button and it goes choo-choo. I've been playing with Dash, who was into trains, and he likes watching me play this game. It's also really easy to get achievements in. So
Okay.
it's got that going for it as well.
I found the controls to be a little wonky, but maybe they're better. I don't know.
It took me a while. I had to look up the PC controls for it because there's not like a lot of good guides online to what the controls do, and the tutorial, while it tries to do it, it's just throwing like it's the type of tutorial is like, here's what all the buttons do, now go, rather than kind of like ease you into it. But once I figured out what the controls were, I could construct everything pretty easily.
Okay, so it's not just me. That's what.
No. There is a very slight learning curve at the beginning, which is kind of what you'd expect in any kind of like these simulation building games, because they all have like, without a mouse and keyboard, they all have their unique styles on a controller. It took me a while to figure out, like, the train went off the tracks. And it took me, that's the point that I had to look up online how to reset the train. And it was by holding down I think it was whatever the back button is on Xbox, the 2 squares button. I had to hold that down for like 5 seconds and it reset the train. So pretty intuitive. But
yeah, I don't know. The aesthetic is cute, but it's not really doing it.
Like
for
I said,
me.
it's not a stellar game, but for Game Pass,
sure,
like, it's on there. Yeah. I tried a little bit of Subnautica on Game Pass as well.
Oh, that's cool as hell.
That is a cool game.
Yeah.
It is way too stressful for me.
Yes, you can get sucked into. That's why I stopped playing it eventually.
Yeah. Have you tried that at all, Wombat?
He did.
Tried what?
Subnautica. You played that?
Yeah, I played Subnautica.
Yeah. That is a really cool game that my kids liked watching me play as well.
Until they can't breathe.
Right. We didn't get to that point because I was like, all right. Well, I'm getting a little low on everything here, and I'm not really sure where to go.
Right.
But very like that.
Your kids would probably like No Man's Sky.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like, for people who don't know what that is, it's basically No Man's Sky underwater, but with more of a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's more story driven than No Man's Sky, even though maybe No Man's Sky is story driven now. I truthfully have not played it since they did all of the improvements.
I was going to say, you could play that game where you don't have to worry about resources or anything. You could just fly to different planets.
Mm-hmm.
And I bet your kids would like to see all the different planets and animals. And
you could do that in Subnautica as well. You can play a version where it's not as like survival based.
Right.
But I don't know. It was the only reason I played it was because it like popped up and it's like, oh, there's a quest to do on this on Game Pass. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll try that. Game Pass is pretty good. I don't know if you guys know that.
I'm familiar with the Game Pass. I'm excited to play Tekken 7.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do like that Tekken.
I do. Well, it's not like it's so shocking.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Where are we here? Oh, we talked about the PlayStation 5 logo. That was pretty exciting.
It's a P and an S and a 5.
Right.
In the same font as the current system.
Right.
It's really not much to talk about there.
Right. Let's move on to Nintendo, because there's a report that there's a new Nintendo Switch coming this year, in the middle of this year. It's supposed to have rumored to have a magnesium alloy body and an updated CPU. And this guy, Dr. Serkan Toto, like the toilet.
Of the toilet family,
yeah,
yes.
yeah. So you should listen to him. He said there's no doubt in his mind that Nintendo will launch a Switch Pro in 2020, specifically after the summer holidays, to counter the rollout of the PS5 and next-gen Xbox. And he suggested a retail price of $399 with 4K support, bigger cartridge sizes, and of course beefed-up components.
I thoroughly disagree with that.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Makes no sense for Nintendo at all.
That's not how they do things either. It's like the opposite of what they do.
Right.
Why would it support bigger cartridge sizes?
Because he thinks that Nintendo wants to compete with these guys on like
I understand that. So we're gonna have like different games that are only playable on
right. That's where this all falls apart.
Well, there's a lot of places where it falls apart.
Yeah, there's a lot of places, but that's the primary one where it's like they're not going to want to split their base here.
No, not after the current console's been so successful. Not this early.
But they never. That's not Nintendo's game plan at all. Like they don't go after you on the horsepower front. They go after you in some other way.
Yeah,
like
and they don't. And they only split their market when they make a handheld that's better than their home console. But in this situation, they only have the one console. They're not going to want to split that market.
Right, and they don't care about 4K. You think Nintendo fans are complaining about lack of 4K support? Like
every day, it's all I hear. It's 90% of my Twitter.
Right. So no, I don't. I think that they could definitely come out with a Switch Pro, but maybe it's just lighter with a bigger battery or something.
And they could update the CPU because that's
Sure.
not going like
It's not setting the world on fire.
right, and that's not splintering your user base either.
No.
That's just having a slightly better model of it.
Yeah, it's like buying the newer phone.
Yeah, that's where they need to be at.
Right. That's what they're doing.
And that makes sense. Like I put another article on here where the MPD came out and they did a survey and 40% of Switch owners also either own an Xbox One or a PS4.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, people are using this as their portable console / Nintendo console.
Yep.
Like that's Nintendo's game. It's not,
Right.
hey, let's make this more expensive.
Right.
That's
Right.
not what they're looking for.
Right. Why would they go up in price when they have their competitors are going up in price? They're going to want to be the price leader. And they have like the room. It doesn't make any sense. Anyway. Let's move on to the Apple Orchard. I see you've been playing some Apple Arcade games.
I have. I'm still really enjoying Apple Arcade just because
I canceled my subscription.
That's fine.
Whoa.
If you're not playing the games, absolutely.
I'm not
do that.
playing the games. They went from releasing like 5 a week to 1 a week to 1 every 2 weeks to me canceling my subscription.
Sure, but you weren't playing them anyways. That's the real reason. It's not the number of games being released.
yeah. Well, I kept thinking there was gonna be some week where they would put out 5 new games and there would be one that I love, and they just have they're not.
I still really like it just because it gives. They're games that you can finish on your phone. Like it's more like traditional gaming rather than based upon I'm just going to play these free games that never end.
Right. Puzzle game or something like that.
Right. So I played Lego Builder's Journey,
I saw that. It looks like that game Monument something.
Yeah. It's a very different Lego game. Like it's a very indie feeling Lego game where it's more puzzle based, and it's quick. Like it probably took me, I don't know, hour and a half to get to the end of it. But
you're good at building
it.
things, though.
I am
Right.
very very good.
Take a normal person probably 4 hours.
Sure.
I'm thinking. Yeah.
And I've played probably over break. I probably beat like 4 or 5 Apple Arcade games. I'm in the middle of playing a Steven Universe RPG, Unleash the Light.
Wow.
Right. I know. I don't even know anything about Steven Universe.
I believe
it's
that.
so weird because apparently this is like the 3rd RPG in the Steven Universe.
Uh-huh.
And it's Apple Arcade
The
exclusive.
Steven Universe.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's as far as like a traditional turn-based RPG goes, it's pretty good on the phone. It's not like going to be game of the year or anything, but I don't know. It's better than the free stuff I was playing on my phone previously. I'm perfectly happy paying $5 a month to know like these are pretty good bite-sized experiences.
All right.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. I'm
I
glad.
do.
I almost signed up because they came out with a hockey game.
I played that.
What's that called?
I wouldn't sign up for that hockey game.
Yeah, I read the reviews.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
They need to add Apple Arcade classics, and they need to put some of the old school iPhone games on there, like Fruit Ninja or whatever.
Right.
So, in addition to these new games, it needs to be both things. And it's like, these games are fine, but it's not what I want. They should have like 4 different Angry Birds. They should have a Fruit Ninja,
Right.
but it doesn't.
I think you can play all those games for free though, can't you?
No, those are all like $1, $2 each still.
But don't you own them?
I don't know.
He
what
wants
I own
new
in them.
ones. Shit.
But he said he wanted old ones.
He wants it all.
No, I want it all. Like 3s. What about 3s?
I'm pretty sure you own that.
I don't. Not really.
What does that mean?
I had it on my old
He's
like my old Amazon tablet.
He's he's leasing it. He's
It was
almost
on my-
got it paid off.
It was on my old Amazon tablet. It is not on my phone.
Interesting.
That old Amazon Fire that we got when they first came out. You know, the Gen 1.
Yeah, like bricks.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I had 3s on. So I'm not really playing that I don't
Right.
even think that works anymore.
It might work.
So no, I don't really own 3s anymore. That's what I meant by that. Does that work for you?
No, that's fine. I just couldn't figure out what you meant by it.
I think I explained myself pretty
You
damn well.
did. Why don't you fire up that Amazon?
Yeah, exactly.
Fire.
Why don't they just put stuff like that on the Apple Arcade?
Why
It
don't
would
you
be
go out
significantly
and
more popular.
you buy a new Amazon Fire, plunk down the $150 or whatever, and then you own 3s.
I don't have $150 right now.
If you want to pay 3s, pay the $150.
Yeah.
Get that
Or
old Amazon Fire.
I could also just buy 3s for what does it cost? $3?
But then you're buying the same thing again.
Right.
It's
That's a
true.
waste of money.
Yeah, you got a point.
All right, let's move on to the CAG bag
Mm-hmm.
so we can go to bed.
I took NyQuil. I'm already asleep.
No, it doesn't work that fast. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had NyQuil in my life. Don't trust me. At Duran603 writes in and asks, is Skyrim the best game of the 2010s?
Objectively,
It's pretty good.
yeah.
It's
I
pretty
mean,
good.
if it's the game that you like the most and you've played the most of the last decade, then yes, it is the best game.
I'm pretty
Let me check.
excited for the new
Yes,
space
it came
one.
out in 2011. So yes,
Mm-hmm.
that was the only question for me is if
Right.
it was in that decade or not.
Right. I assume that he did the research on that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess the answer is maybe or yes. At Asteroid Blus writes in and asks, any feature predictions for the PS5 or next Xbox? Something game-changing that should set the console apart. I think they're both going to try to outdo each other on their streaming / sharing capabilities, whether that means like built-in camera or microphone or something like that.
Oh, you mean
it's-
you mean streaming, outgoing streaming, not streaming.
Broadcasting, sorry.
Broadcasting.
Broadcasting on Twitter /
Okay.
Mixer.
I don't think either one will have built-in cameras, but I think they will. I think built-in mic is going to
For voice control and broadcasting?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's going to be in console for the Xbox and in controller for the PlayStation 5.
Interesting.
That's my guess. That is based on absolutely nothing.
Yeah. What else? That's one feature. Game changing.
But I wouldn't say that's game-changing either.
No. But I feel like that's where they want to put their beyond just like the firepower to put out, graphical firepower. They definitely, that's like a sexy thing just that you can market how awesome your streaming capability. Because right now they're not great. Like it works for sure, but like Twitch rather on Xbox it's pretty shitty.
Well, they don't want you to use Twitch on Xbox.
And Mixer is okay. Like it could be better.
I used Mixer on Saturday.
Were you able to use a camera?
No, I didn't use a camera. I don't have one.
Right. You don't have a USB camera?
No.
What? You have 2 coffee machines, 2 Keurigs, and no USB cameras?
I'm sorry.
How do
I
you?
didn't
But
know
I've
that.
seen you on.
Yeah, there's a camera on my computer.
Built in.
It's built in.
Damn, son.
Sorry.
Step up to the 2020
But why?
so you can stream on Mixer. Your Fortnite career.
I don't think anyone wants to see me.
Well, they don't not want to see you.
Yes,
They want to
do.
see your reactions.
Yes, they do.
If you want to stream your camera on Mixer, you have to sign this pledge to not do shit, and then they get back to you in 24 hours, and then you can do it.
Cool.
You have to do this whole thing. You have to prove that you're a real person and that you agree to not do any shenanigans. Let's see. At Slickrate writes in and says, can we drop the tired argument that Xbox is doomed because they don't have the predictable naming convention PlayStation has for its consoles? I hear it every console announcement.
I've never heard that before.
We did talk about this for a while. We said
Did we?
we did agree that it was stupid. That people figure things out when you say you want the new Xbox. The guys in the store know what you mean. Just like all the Nintendo consoles are very similarly named, and they seem to be doing just fine. So yeah, nobody really cares. They're just trying to start shit because they want to have console wars with you on the internet. Don't fall into those traps, Wombat.
I won't.
DC16 writes in and asks, do you have any food-related resolutions? What foods do you want to eat more of or less of? More water.
You more water, me probably more vegetables, I guess.
More water and less stuff that causes kidney stones. Coffee?
Maybe.
You don't drink much coffee though.
No.
Well, I had one today.
Okay.
Because I do have some, but I get like small ones, like whatever the smallest size is.
I had like 3 today.
Right. So you gotta be careful, man. You drinking enough water? You play basketball. Don't you get really sweaty when you play basketball?
I do, and then I drink water.
But you got to drink water like first, too. You got to drink a lot
I do.
of water.
I drink water before that, too.
Okay, good. I don't want you to go through this. It was very bad.
I understand, yes. I drink more water than coffee.
Right. Okay, that's good. That's important. I got worried when you said you drink 3 coffees because that also dries you out.
It does.
Yeah.
I don't drink, so I drink a lot of water, and then I drink a lot of drinks that dry me out. I drink coffee, tea,
Right.
and beer.
Right. But at least you're smart about the water intake.
Yeah.
Wombat, don't get a kidney stone.
Yes, sir.
You're not sweating, though.
No.
You should sweat.
I
In
should.
the new year, sweat.
I should eat more fish.
Fish is good for you.
Fish is good.
Fish is delicious.
Good old
Delicious.
Ohio fish.
That's what Ohio's known for.
Yep.
What else
I had
we
a
got
5-way today.
That's healthy.
Yeah.
Starting those New Year's resolutions off right.
It was busy in there today.
How come like at my Orange Theory, all these New Year's resolution people are booking all the classes. I can't get into the classes, but also the 5-way place is jammed. How could both of those things be true?
The 5-way place is directly in front of an Orange Theory.
And the chili is orange.
I can see
so
the
it
Orange
works.
Theory from Gold Star.
Can you? You should go there.
Yeah, I can.
You would like it.
I get free gym memberships from
Yeah,
my
but you're not
work,
going to
though.
go to that though.
I do go to those, and I already pay for another gym membership.
Oh, God. Good.
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna go
Sell
pay
the
for
other
Orange
gym
Theory.
membership.
Well, the other Orange Theory doesn't have basketball.
No, you're just there to do this class. Don't you understand? You're doing a class, you get through the class, and then you've accomplished something. And then you do something. If you want to play basketball, that's something else. Go play basketball. Do that on your own time. You're getting what you're doing in the Orange Theory is training for your basketball so that when you play basketball, you're in much better shape and you're running circles around these fools.
What if I just stay in shape playing basketball?
That's hard though. You can be much better.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
I'm a 40-year-old man. I'm not looking to like really improve my basketball
Why not?
my basketball conditioning.
Then you can make those YouTube videos where it's like the nerd dominates.
Those are frustrating to me. They're very demeaning.
In what way? I like those videos somehow.
I know. It's just I don't know. It's just the personas around those are off-putting to me.
What? When a giant white guy dresses up like a nerd and then plays mostly African American people in like Venice Beach and then like pretends to be a super nerd, but then 2 minutes into the game he's dunking over everybody.
Yeah.
Why don't you like that? That's fun for everybody.
Is it?
Yeah, he's like nice about it. And people are generally like, they're not too horrible to him. Usually. It doesn't to me, it's not like highlighting the horrors of society or anything. It's like, it all works out in the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. As long as it all works out in the end.
Yeah.
I'm fine
Everybody's
with
fine. Everybody has a good time. Nobody's getting stabbed or anything. Wombat, is this depression question too depressing for you?
Probably.
Let's talk about the G.I. Joe one then.
Oh, yeah. Whipsmart Banky writes in and asks if we know about the new G.I. Joe mobile game. Shipwreck?
I do. I watched the trailer. Did you watch the trailer?
I did.
Yeah, it looks like Plants vs. Zombies, but with G.I. Joe.
It's like all these games, but with G.I. Joe.
Right.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah. I'm sure it's got no microtransactions.
None. Like, that's the thing. Like, I saw this. I'm like, oh, is this going to be on Apple Arcade? And then I saw it wasn't. I'm like, oh, this is going to be
If
something.
you want your Snake Eyes ready now, pay us $5 or you have to wait 30 days.
Right. Snake Eyes is sleeping. Wake up, Snake Eyes, with this alarm clock. It only costs $4.99 in Joe dollars.
Yeah. I hope people enjoy it.
Right. Husher writes in, we were just talking about this. We already knew that Cheapy likes to beat little kids at ping pong. Now we know that Wombat likes to beat little kids at Fortnite. So what does Shipwreck like to beat little kids at? I'd like to imagine Ship at the local elementary school basketball courts dunking over those kids on the 8-foot rims. Am I wrong?
I don't get that opportunity to play on 8-foot rims very often, but
Are you dunking on them when you do?
On 8 foot, yes, I can dunk.
No,
on
but
8 foot.
are you doing it?
No, not over kids.
Right.
I'm much too kind
Right.
to kids. I like playing against little kids at soccer.
But that's not a fair matchup, though.
Well, neither is you in ping pong. Or
Yes, it is. It is. We've established. I've established the table tennis ranking system ensures that everyone is ranked properly according to skill, which is the only
I
thing
feel
that
like I have
matters.
not explored my options of beating little kids at something
Right,
enough,
or
to know
losing
what-
to little kids, as I
Right.
proved. Also, how can your ego handle that?
Can I beat these little kids for you?
No, can your ego handle losing to like a
Oh.
third grader?
Yeah, I'd have no problem with that.
Some people would have a problem.
But I just don't know what it is that I'm losing to them at yet.
Right.
I mean, that person would clearly beat me at ping pong, but
Right. Right.
I don't know.
Sure.
Do you think they'd beat me at ping pong?
Who?
This third grader?
Yeah, he's ranked like 1,500. Of course he would beat you.
He's not ready for me.
He's 15. Yeah, he's ready for you. He would smoke. You would get 0 points off of him. Literally, you would win 0 games and he would fuck up a couple. So you might get 2 points a game off of him just from him like getting cocky because he's in third grade.
But
you're
did
not
you talk enough to him? Did you get that angle going?
Yeah, I tried. He didn't care. They don't care. They're focused. They've played a lot. And
Did you start talking about Fortnite to him or something?
No, I took my.
You should have played that angle.
I took my beating, and then I moved on to the next person who I beat, who is older, but not as good.
It's a young boy's game, that ping pong.
It's not, because I could lose to an 80-year-old. There's a guy who's like 70 something, and he's ranked like 1,500, and I haven't played him in a while, but he beat me too. But I could beat him probably. I had a very good day today. Fucking beat my guy today. Anyway, Wombat's sleeping on NyQuil. He's high on NyQuil
Yes,
right now.
I'm done.
He is done. He's here to say that he's done.
Mm-hmm.
Let's wrap things up then. Let's remind everybody that new customers can get $5 off a Harry's trial set when they go to harrys.com/CAG. Let's remind everyone that Shipwreck still doesn't understand how the ranking system works in table tennis.
Everybody say something nice to Wombat on Twitter.
Right, Wombat, keep Wombat spirits high on social media, especially now that we're at war.
Especially if you're a brand. If you're a brand, really reach out to Wombat and say something nice to him.
Interact. NyQuil, where's NyQuil at?
Seriously.
You should tweet at them right now.
Right now, they're in my veins.
Tell them you should tweet at NyQuil right now and tell them how good you're feeling and that you're getting instant relief and thank you for having such a great product. And maybe you'll get some free NyQuil.
I don't need free NyQuil.
No.
That's like the last thing anyone ever needs.
Oh, it's pretty cheap, I guess.
Yeah. No, it's not. What are you going to do with the, never mind.
Get high on it. What do I mean? What if you just drink it during the day? Like
that would be bad.
Big gulp.
I have the dentist tomorrow, so maybe.
What was the one that you could drink? Oh, Robitussin. I remember in college, people would drink Robitussin and then hallucinate.
That's why they have it under lock and key now at the drugstore.
Yeah. That seemed like a bad idea.
It is a bad idea.
That's like the most disgusting tasting thing. Like, why would you want to drink too much of it? I mean, I know why.
People like to get high.
Yeah, no, I know why, but I wouldn't want to risk throwing up over it. Getting high. It seems like a bad trade-off. Like the whole reason why I don't drink is because I don't want to throw up. If I'm going to do drugs that are going to make me throw up, it seems dumb.
Okay.
Understand what I'm saying, Wombat? Am I making sense?
Sure.
We're just like the USA table tennis rankings, making perfect sense.
Sure.
Let's remind everybody to follow us on Twitter at GBD, at New Wombat, at Shipwreck, at Video Game Deals. And review us on iTunes, I guess. I don't know. Subscribe, whatever. We'll see you next week.
Bread's done.
They are ready for transporting, Beastman. The dragon's eggs and the dragon pearl. Merman found it in the slime swamp. The fool traded it to me for Eternian silver. He doesn't know its value. He doesn't know.
The mother dragon.
Stop her, Beastman.
Stop! I command you! She's protecting her eggs, Skeletor. I can't control her. I think we better leave.
A lot of good you are, Beastman.